Well, hello, my brothers and sisters. This is Prophet West with another word of encouragement. This time, this is actually a prophetic word, and this will be my last message, lest the Lord will, video for tonight. And I'm going to give you an example of what I see. And in this example, I'm going to use examples, metaphors of what I see. And the metaphors and examples of what I'm seeing, I'm going to try to explain exactly what is exactly I'm seeing, the picture. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint the picture for you. And so the title or the direct word, God says your trigger is jammed. Your trigger is jammed, your trigger. And we know what a trigger is naturally. So when a person has a gun, you have a trigger there. But there are times when that trigger becomes jammed, where it won't shoot, it won't fire. And so that's just a natural trigger. But naturally or emotionally or spiritual trigger is things that make you weak, or things that happen in your life that you're vulnerable to. That's what I mean by triggers. Things that make you angry, things that make you fall victim, things that make you do things or cause you to do things that you really don't want to do, things that make you angry, things that make you want to hurt someone, things that make you want to do things that really you don't want to do. That's what I mean. Some people, when you're depressed or something negative happened to you, your trigger is food. That's how you cope with what you're dealing with. When I say a trigger, something that you use to supplement, to try to make you feel better. Even though it's not, it's just a supplement, just like aspirin, things that are temporary relief. And so that's what I mean by trigger and a trigger. And so many of you have triggers. Many of you, each relationship that you've been in, it came from a trigger. Because something happened in your life, it made you, the situation made you think that you needed something that you really didn't need. A trigger. Someone rejected you, or something happened to you, and you feel alone. You might have a lonely feeling or something like that. And so the trigger is not being alone, so you're going to get the first person that you see. Also, another trigger is, or a fear is, being alone, or being alone without kids, or not having nobody, or dying sick, or something negative happened, dying in your sleep. Things that make you grip your heart and make you become afraid. That's a trigger. That's a trigger. And what I'm telling you that's happening is that in the past, where something happened and you backslide, or something happened, you did something you didn't want to do, you're drunk, or you did drugs, or you smoked some weed, or you drank some alcohol, you drunk some moonshine, or you slept with this guy, or you slept with this girl, or you cussed somebody out, or you gave somebody a piece of your mind, whatever it was, whatever that trigger, whatever that, and you know the things, you know your weaknesses, and you know the things that causes you or tempts you to do certain things you don't want to do. You know what those triggers are. But what I'm going to tell you is that this time, God says, in many cases, when things happen to you, you did the same old thing, the same old cycle. You ended up in the same old place, around the same old people, with the same old person, with the same old concept. But this time, God says, this time, He's jamming that urge. He's jamming also even the convenience of that trigger. See what happens, the adversary knows your weaknesses, and so what he would do, he will create a situation where he knows how you're going to respond. And in you responding, he's going to even create the thing that you run to. That's what he does with fear. He causes you to run to things that you think is safe, that's going to give you comfort, but really it's destruction. But you don't know it. You don't know it because you're afraid, because you're trying to find relief. Anytime you're in pain or in fire, you want water. You want something that's going to make you feel better. See, but God is going to remove the excuse. He's going to remove the fear, because God did not give us the spirit of fear, because fear torments you. If you're going through torment, every day, it didn't come from God. And God is jamming that trigger, that urge, that appetite, that desire. Hope this makes sense. God bless you.